What's up, guys, and welcome back to... Hey, what the fuck was that?
Evil Dead, innit?
Right, sorry about the jump scare. If it was too scary, then...
Don't watch this film.
I was going to say, if it was too scary, then hit the like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, or just watch the film.
Oh, yeah.
I'm from my session. But yeah, today we're going to review Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, okay. I really enjoyed
We
that
saw this
film.
one together, man.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Initial thoughts of it, I actually think this is a welcomed addition in the Evil Dead franchise.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
I think it's a welcome addition. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the worst. I think it's just it stands well in like the franchise, and I think you can walk away very happy with it.
I'm going into depth.
Oh, okay.
Give us a summary, my man.
Give us a summary. The main summary time.
Because this is like your top tier of horrors, isn't it?
I mean, I love a horror film.
But you love Evil Dead. So
I do love Evil Dead, and I love the
into
originals. So that's why I was a bit scared of going into this film. Because, you know, they've cancelled out the whole cabin in the woods thing to go for a high-rise apartment, concrete jungle kind of vibe.
Kind of works though.
I was scared about that. I was like, nah, man, like this
Keeping it to one very confined area.
I just thought, you know, just cabin in the woods. It's iconic for Evil Dead, and you're straying away from that. But no, I think it worked.
They did the cabin at the beginning. Don't forget the intro.
Yeah, they did.
The intro was
Intro was
scary,
good.
Man,
the intro was good. I mean, the intro in itself is where basically these group of people go to a cabin, and then you have that famous sort of movement shot through the woods.
Yeah.
Where it's like the demon from the originals, but then it turns out to be like a drone, and the guy's laughing, and then there's a girl there, and then she checks up on her friend, and then next just rips her scalp off.
Her friend's convulsing in bed.
Yeah.
Ill. And then, man,
just rips her scalp off, don't she? And then literally just kills the bloke by ripping his head off. So it's a very gory intro, which I was like, yes, I can get.
We know who we are.
Yeah, we know. We know exactly what kind of film this is gonna be.
Yeah.
But it also ditches the comedy as well. That sort of drone shot through the intro. That was
probably about it, isn't it?
That is the only sort of comedy you're gonna get from this film.
It doesn't need to have comedy.
No, it doesn't.
Don't combine the two unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Make it just pure.
I think Evil Dead.
Scary.
I think Evil Dead 2 was just a unique thing. And the thing is with if you want to make a horror comedy, you need the right people to do it. And Ash Williams, Bruce Campbell, aka Ash Williams, is the master of it.
But he's not in this film, is he?
He's not in it. And to be honest, that's one of the things he's very sorely missed.
Do you reckon? His whole presence?
Very sorely missed.
Well, they had in a few new characters, didn't they?
Yeah. So anyway,
you don't really get invested.
No, you don't. Right, so let's carry on with the story summary. So then we meet Becca, who is our main protagonist, and she seems like she's pregnant. So she goes back to her sister's home with her family. She has a daughter. Two daughters, one older, one very young, and a kind of teenage son, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's hanging around, and then basically we find out that her sister, I believe her name's Ellie.
Yeah.
Yeah. She recently got divorced and is kind of looking after the kids all by herself.
Struggling to pay bills and all that stuff.
And then Becca, she tried to tell Becca about it, but then Becca's kind of had her phone off for all this time.
Yeah, she's been travelling around on tour or something. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So
she's I think for context, she's a technician for a band.
Technician for a band.
And that comes into play later on.
Or as what Ellie calls her, a groupie.
Yeah, well, she's...
yeah, groupie, basically. So then this all happens, and then...
They don't hide away from the fact that Ellie looks down on Becca.
Oh, yeah, massively. I think also Ellie thinks that she's better than Becca.
Yeah, and that Becca's not going to be a good mum or anything, not a good sister or whatever. But they still get along. There's still tightness in that relationship.
There's just a friction between them because obviously Becca is a bit more of the free-loving, go out, have fun kind of vibe, whereas Ellie's kind of I'm stuck in this sort of looking after children who she loves. She loves them to death, which I love the tagline.
It's played subtly, that kind of friction between them two.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. It's fine for a horror film.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great. But then an earthquake happens, and then underneath the apartment blocks, there's a hidden sort of... It's crypt.
Yeah.
It's a hidden crypt, and then...
Scary, man, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the teenage boy finds the Book of the Dead.
Danny, I think.
Yeah, Danny, yeah, that's it. finds the Book of the Dead and then some recordings. And he goes into his room and obviously is very curious about this. I mean, I'd be curious about Book of the Dead, fam. And then starts playing the recordings and everything, and then releases the demon who possesses the mother, Ellie. And then it's basically just... how to describe it? It's just basically Ellie as the demon, then just fighting everyone in this apartment block.
You know what's good? Ellie's sort of set up as you think she's going to be the main character.
Yeah.
Right, and then like she becomes the... You get enough about her character... that when like the demon's not in control of her, Ellie can kind of climb back through. And
she's like trying to climb back through like each time, but she can't.
And it has hints of what Ellie was like when she was like still alive. But it's just the demon's scary, man.
She like steals the show though for me.
Oh, she's fantastic.
She steals it. She's
the
like the best.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, she is the best thing in that.
Yeah.
By far, in my opinion. Like nothing even comes close. And she plays the demon part so well.
No.
And the thing is, she's quite. Now I'm not calling her ugly.
No,
because she's incredible.
She's a stunner.
But she's got a very unique look to her. Like she's got a very wide mouth and
which
like
plays the smile.
Yeah,
part
the smile
very
bar
well.
is like mad.
And the makeup that they use to kind of
so good.
Switch between the demon and
her.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's impeccable. It's impeccable.
And the thing that like creeps me about these films, right? It's all like the convulsing limbs.
Yeah.
It's like all the crackling and it's horrible.
And the one thing I love about this film is that it doesn't shy away from the gore and the blood.
Yeah.
It gives you all of that in full.
Stabbings galore, man. People
die. The cheese grater down the leg.
Oh no.
It's cringe, man. Like this is what
the weird doll thing with the spike through it. Or
yeah.
Oh mate.
Dude, like
killed her sister.
Yeah, basically. I mean, like I love the gore. I love all the set pieces. I love the horror in it.
It does it so
well. It does it so well.
The makeup department.
Oh,
like
A star.
Top
A
tier.
star. A star for the A.
And the editing for like all the demon stuff. I love the bit where they're looking through the keyhole.
Yeah,
and you can see all the neighbours just getting killed by Demon Ellie, right?
Kind of like on and off camera. Because it's all just shot through that thing, and then she comes in with that big smile with like the fisheye lens, and that's what I meant about like her like
glassy eyes.
It's really good. Like there was a lot of clever things in this film that I can really appreciate.
Yeah, it's like I love that it's just like not even like it's just basic plot in it.
Yeah, it's very basic. It's very basic.
Demon. It's just like confined to their apartment building. And Eddie's outside for some of the film, and then she crawls in through an air vent.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like there's the different shots, how they show like a wide angle of Becca watching the recording or whatever, just listen to it, and you can see in the background Eddie just climbing through the vent and kind of getting behind her and stuff like that.
Like I said, I thought the camera work in this was very good. Yeah, it definitely had like some really good like moments.
The things that horror films can get away with is the cleverness of tricky camera shots.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in a tight space where everything's like, a thing that a horror film can do well is making a film appear tighter or like narrower.
Yeah.
And it does this.
Oh, so well.
In ways that probably you could appreciate.
Oh, mate, massively. Cinematography is great. Story-wise, simple, but it doesn't need to be anything than what it needs to be. Actual makeup, gore, spot fantastic. On. My main gripe of this film is the characters, apart from Ellie.
Yeah.
Apart from Ellie, like...
But the characters don't really need to be anything, do they? You're not really there for characters, you're just there for like a...
So my main problem, and this is what happened with the reboot as well, so they give the main character like something very sympathy so we can get behind it.
Yeah.
When in reality, in like a horror film, you don't really need it. So in like the first reboot one was like... We had the main character, and she was like a heroin addict. Yeah. So they took her to the cabin to basically make her go cold turkey.
Yeah.
And it's something like sympathetic, so you can get behind more.
Yeah, that's gonna work well for some people.
And then you got this one where it's like she's pregnant and all that stuff, so there's that extra layer for you to be sympathetic about. But basically, you can take both those characters, and they pale in comparison with Ash Williams.
Yeah.
They don't, you can have these sympathetic things, but if you don't have the charisma to hold the film...
No, they weren't charismatic actors.
No, they weren't.
Very, forgettable actors.
Yeah, very. Well, characters.
Which makes it a sort of forgettable film.
Yeah.
As in, I watched it, came out of it, I love the jump scares and all that stuff, but I wouldn't, say I'd rewatch it.
Nah. And then
that's... It's quite forgettable, but...
Yeah, it's quite... Yeah. And that's kind of like my main problem, because the thing is... Ash Williams, like, you don't need to add these sympathetic, like, things to characters that are trying to survive.
Yeah.
Ash Williams just went to the cabin to go get laid. And yet he's, like, infinitely better character.
Yeah.
Because I guess...
How's that?
I think it's mainly because of his charisma. Like, it's very, very hard because he's basically on the cabin on his own for, like, most of the movies. And yet he manages to hold the film perfectly. Like, in all fairness, very rare. It's actually very rare for an actor to actually physically do that.
So what are you saying in comparison to the original trilogy?
Yeah.
This one, what pales in comparison?
It doesn't pale in comparison. I think the characters pale in comparison.
Okay, but you think everything else was done justice?
Yeah. Like I said,
only adds to the legacy of the franchise.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a welcome addition.
Okay, yeah, I can go with that.
I can really get behind this film. Like, if someone was to say, should I go see it? I'll say definitely yes.
You know what helps as well? The length.
Yeah,
it's only
exactly.
like 90 minutes. It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be any longer than what it has to be.
It just does what it does on the tin, and it's an Evil Dead film. You know what you get going in.
Yeah.
And the end bit wraps it up quite nicely as well. It's all inventive ways to kill it, and it's very gory ways as well.
Oh yeah, massively.
Inventive ways to kill people, and
yeah,
it probably helps having the family layer that it's their own mother is out trying to kill them.
And that's another really good thing, and that adds to like Ellie's character a lot more.
And it also helps that the sister and the brother also get killed in gory ways as well. Oh, I love it. Everyone dies, apart from the little girl and Becca.
Spoiler.
Film anyway, so
that is true. But yeah, I just think very solid film. Needs to work on the characters. Ash Williams is very sorely missed, but I guess they're trying to get away from.
He's like 60 on now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, you had Ash vs. the Evil Dead TV show, which is amazing.
I can't say I'm never going to watch it.
Oh, dude, watch it. It's great.
I'm not going to, but good recommendation nonetheless. What would you rate out of 10 then?
An 8.
I'd say maybe like 6.5.
No, I think. Actually, no, mate, no.
I think 8's a bit nice.
I think I'm being nice with it because I like Evil Dead a lot, and I did like it.
As a film, like from a series that hasn't added anything, any film-wise for like 20, 30 years, right? I think it's just a decent film.
I think I do think it's a good film. I just don't think it's amazing.
It's a good film, but there's no like real talking points. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It doesn't change the genre.
True, it doesn't. But I think it's solid enough to get that high praise.
It felt like an independent kind of one-off film, and if I was comparing it to like horror films that came out last year, it was reminiscent to Smile, as in like decent enough film, but I left it and was like, okay, yeah, I saw it. It was okay.
Yeah, well,
it helps that we saw it at night.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna stick with my 8. I think I did really like it.
No, that's fair.
I did really like it.
It's a good film.
Yeah, I think there are things to work out, which why it doesn't get. I mean, like Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2 are like 9s and 10s. Like that's when like, you know, it's just amazing.
I don't think this hits the heights.
It doesn't hit them heights, but I really liked it.
Yeah, it's just like another addition to the franchise.
Yeah, another addition.
But without having any of the charm or the
charm,
characters.
Charisma. It's also Sam Raimi's directing as well, in like the originals, gave it that extra charm. Bruce Campbell being Bruce Campbell is just amazing to watch.
Yeah, and it's just okay. It's just an okay film.
Yeah.
But worth a watch. You've got 90 minutes to spare and it comes out on Netflix.
Oh,
like,
definitely
a couple months' time, go watch it, man.
Like, I have a good mate called Cody, and then he was like, yo, what do you honestly think about the new Evil Dead? Because I said I saw it. I was like, bruv, like, watch it. It's a good movie. Like, I can't slay it.
What did he think?
He was like, yeah, damn, okay, yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Because we pretty much have like the same opinion on like a lot of stuff. Like,
a story I put in there.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah. So anyway, this was our review of Evil Dead Rise. I really liked it, and I guess
I appreciated it.
You appreciate it.
I wouldn't say I liked it. I didn't love it, you know.
No, that's fair.
It's just like a kind of nice escapism for 90 minutes.
Oh yeah, massively.
Which I ain't gonna knock it.
No, it's good. Yeah. I mean, as a horror film, that's what you want.
Yeah, it does what it needs to.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, guys, cheers for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.